Welcome everybody, my name is Misty / Chronexia, and this is Wind Up. Wind Up is a show where I take a whole series of over 100 episodes and I squish it down back to under an hour. This is gonna contain a lot of spoiler. It's meant for people who would like to know about a story, but don't want to spend several hours watching it. They just want to know what happened in it and just shorten it down, just know the main stuff. Today I'm having a go at Card Captor Sakura, which is one of my all-time favorite. I'm breaking down all the 70 episodes and the 2 movies and squish it to less than 40 minutes so we can get to see what it's actually all about. I hope you enjoyed this. Introducing the main character. Sakura is a 10-year-old schoolgirl. She's fairly popular in class, terrible in math, and she's a jock. Now meet her family. Her brother, Toya, that's all about torturing her, and her father, that's a workaholic archaeologist. Her mom is dead, and her family holds somewhat of a key element to the show, so we'll be back to them. The story begins with Sakura having a dream. She's at the top of a building, and some cards are floating by. A teddy bear is at her side, and she's looking at the Tokyo Tower. She then wakes up and is in a rush to go to school. On the way there, she meets with Yukito, who's the best friend of Toya. Sakura has a crush on him, but he's like 6 years older than her. Anyway, on her way back from school, Sakura found herself alone at home, and she heard a weird noise coming from the basement. So what's the best thing to do in those cases? Call the cops? No, investigate it. So she enters her father's study room, and she stumbles on a book called the Cloud Book. Best thing to do? She opens it. Inside she finds not a page of text, but a stack of cards. Curiosity gets a hold of her, and she takes the first card and calls her name, Windy. Now a giant gust of wind starts blowing in the study, and all of the cards in the book get swooped away. Except, outside of the house. So startled, Sakura falls down to her knees, and that's when Keroberos, the guardian of the book, comes out of the Cloud Book. Asking for the cards, Sakura gave him Windy, but he wants all of them, which she doesn't have. So against her will, Kero appoints her with the Card Captor title. Now she has to go around the town catching the impersonation of those magic cards, and it starts the same evening. The card got loose with the fly card. She captured that one and use it to fly around the town. Now here's the major difference with the manga versus the anime. In the manga, Sakura captured a total of 20 cards. However, in the anime, there's a total of 54 cards. Now you can see the difference of 34 cards in the whole show. These cards are normally considered as fillers. However, in this case of Card Captor Sakura, the filler episodes are outstanding. They bring a lot to the character development, and it will impact the show greatly with time. So I'll be back to that in a few moments, but now let's keep going for the show. Now, on the second morning, Sakura goes back to school with her Fly and Windy cards as she gets to meet with her best friend Tomoyo, who's gonna be a key character of the show. Last night, she saw something weird in the sky, so she filmed it. She's a cinephile, and so she's always recording stuff, especially about Sakura. And she kinda spotted her in the sky. Startled, Sakura screams, and Kero comes out of her bag, forcing her to tell Tomoyo the whole story behind catching cards. So Tomoyo will be some kind of a sponsor for Sakura. Every time she goes out to catch a card, she'll make her an outfit, and she'll film the action. And so she catches her third card, the Shadow card. After that, we get introduced to the elemental cards. There's 4 elements: wind, water, fire, and earth. There's some mention of the water card showing up. However, these elemental cards are extremely powerful and way stronger than Sakura and her 3 cards. So she has to come up with a plan to capture the water card. That's when she thinks of freezing her in a giant freezer, and that gives her the water card. Next up is Cleaning Day, where she finds 2 cards that haven't awakened yet, called Woody and Rain. Happily, she tells Kero about it, and he asks her if she's signed the cards. And she haven't. That's when the card starts wreaking havoc in the house, as an unsigned card has not been subdued to its finder captor. But thankfully, she managed to outwit the cards and gets 2 more to her now growing stack. Next up is the Jump card. As the name implies, it jumps around. The Illusion card, which pretends to be a ghost of Sakura's mom as it tries to kill her, and the Silent card that kicks anyone who's too noisy outside of the museum. All of which gets captured by Sakura until she faces off against the Thunder card. A new character makes his apparition, named Xiaoran Li. He's a Chinese descendant of Clow Reed, the guy who made the Clow book. He fights with a sword and has a very condescending approach towards Sakura, which he despises for her lack of self-awareness and carelessness. Next up is the sword card that Sakura managed to capture. After the events, Sakura offers chocolate to her crush Yukito, but Sharon does the same as he seems interested in Yukito as well. Rivals in cards, rival in love as well. Flower card is up next, captured by Sakura. We get introduced to Tomoyo's mom, who blames Sakura's dad for the death of Sakura's mom, Nadeshiko. Both of them were great friends before she passed away. Next episode, Sakura is invited to Tomoyo's house for the first time, where Sakura will capture the shield card. The following episode is a reference to Groundhog Day, where the day keeps repeating itself over and over until Sharon managed to capture the time card. At the zoo's next, Sakura played tug of war with the strength card, a card that's really strong. She's about to lose when the elephant comes in and gave a helping trunk. Get it, anyone? No? Okay. Seeing as she's still not winning, Sharon chimes in and frees time and allows Sakura to win. Despite being the one that overthrew the card, Sharon decides to keep quiet and let Sakura keep the card. This is his first nice gesture towards her. A following episode is showing the bond between Toya and Yukito. They're really good friends. Sakura captured the Mist card. That's my card. Next up, Sharon gets the Storm card. And Sakura and Kiro start a fight, resulting in Sakura capturing the Float card. Afterward, Sakura meets with her great-grandfather for the first time, and we learn that Tomoyo's mom and Sakura's mom were cousin-related. Next episode is a test of courage where people disappear due to the Erase card, and Sakura's about to freak out when Sharon helps her focus. She gets the card and tries to give it to Sharon as a thanks, but he refuses it. The next episode is Sakura trying to tell Yukito she loves him, but she gets interrupted. She captured the Glow card meanwhile. After that, the show gets a little bit more eventful. The summer draws to an end, and Sakura still have a lot of homework to do, just as Sharon does. Both of them chase down a book that the move card is messing with. Sakura has to rely on her magical power to pinpoint it. Later in that episode, a new character shows up, known as Mei-Ling. As kid, Mei-Ling was promised to marry Sharon later, and she's dead set on it, even though they're cousin. Thinking that Sakura want to grab Sharon for herself, Mei-Ling shows great disdain towards her, and tries to constantly one-up Sakura. Later in that episode, Mei-Ling goes after the fight card, showing she has great martial arts skills, but no magic. Sakura destroyed the fight card with the strength card. And Sharon is pissed at Mei-Ling for acting behind his back. Next up is a rapid fire of card captures that grow into strengthening the bond of the characters and giving them more background. So first there's the Loop card. The Sleep card. The Song card. The little card. And the mirror, where we learned that Toya, Sakura's brother, also have some magical power, although not quite as powerful as Sakura have. After that, a new teacher swings by, Miss Mizuki. Shaoran warns Sakura that she might be trouble since she has magical power as well. In that episode, Sakura captured a maze card. After that, the show gives a lot of backstory to Toya and Mizuki. They were lovers before she went to England. Sakura is thus in the past thanks to the return card, and Shaoran will capture it using the time card against it. We see both Sakura and Shaoran starting to warm up to one another. After that, another rapid fire of cards gets captured. Sakura gets the shot card, the sweet card, Shaoran gets dash, Sakura captured the big card, the create card, the change card, Shaoran gets another one, the freeze. During the freeze card, Shaoran begins to show his feeling towards Sakura. Then there's an episode about the quiz that involves no card capture. And then the first season ends with Sakura capturing the fiery card. To capture the fiery card, Sakura has to use two cards at once, watery and windy, combine, and they take out the flame. Alright, so let me recap for the moment. We have Sakura to capture about 80% of the cards, and Shaoran that gets the other 20%. We have both of them that are interested in Yukito. However, Shaoran is starting to get feeling for Sakura, although he's not quite aware of it yet. Now, we have Mei Ling that's dead set on getting Shaoran to like her, and we have Tomoyo that films the whole thing. There's also Toya, the brother of Sakura, and Miss Mizuki that had an affair before, although she moved to England and then they broke up. Carrying on. Season 2 begins and Sakura gets the snow card. Tomoyo loses her voice and Sakura captured the voice card. Followed by the lock card. Sakura then gets pretty sick, but the cloud card starts acting up. She uses the mirror card as a decoy while she goes out to get the cloud one. Shaoran gets the card. But he gives it to Sakura out of kindness. Meanwhile, Toya sees through the mirror card. When Sakura gets back to her room, a ghostly shape of her mother comes and heals her up. She talks with Toya for a second and disappears. Next morning, she's all better. Shaoran captures the dream card. And next up is an upcoming play where Sharon plays the princess and Sakura the prince. They decide to practice together and almost get to the kiss scene when they're interrupted by the sand card. Sakura captures it with the water card and Sharon freezes it. Since the card was captured by both of them, it lays in both of their hands, and since their hands are touching, Sharon removes it first, giving the sand card to Sakura. But she quickly gives it back to Sharon. The play comes around the corner and Sakura captures both the light and dark card. These are really powerful cards that tell Sakura that there's an upcoming event including Yue, known as the Final Judgment, coming up soon. Mei Ling is recalled to Hong Kong, and together with Sharon they capture the twin card before she leaves. After that, they get to the final card, the Earthy. It's the last one and Sakura captures it. Doing so, it returns Kiro to his true form, a big lion-like monster with wings. However, this also begins the Final Judgment, a test to see who is fitting to hold all of the Cloak card. It is then revealed that Yue, the second Cloud Guardian, like Kero, was asleep in Yukito all this time.
Yue.
Sharon's the first one to go take on Yue. He has to beat him using the cards he owns. Since he has very few of them, he decides to go with the time card.
Time! Time は私の配下のカードだ。ここまでだな。
However, that card belonged to the Moon Power, and it's controlled by Yue. Sharon loses and gets tossed out. Next up is Sakura. She begins fighting him and she realized that this is what her dream was all about. She uses the Wood card. But since it belongs to the moon, it bounced back on her. She asks what's going to happen if she fails, and Yue tells her everyone will have their memories wiped. Sakura refuses, and her staff shines bright. It transforms in the Star Power Wand. She uses Windy, but Yue tells her it's useless. You control Windy since it's a moon card. However, Sakura's power overthrows him and she's able to win. Yue bows down to Sakura, and Sakura tells him she don't want to be her master, she wants to be her friend.
Yue-san, きっとすごくクロウさんのこと好きだったんだね。
さくらを新たな主と認む。
Since she's won, she now gets to own the share of Sharon's card, and she now possesses all 52 cards. Now, if you've been keeping count, I've only listed 47 cards out of 52 of the deck. So what of the other 5 cards? That's the thing. These cards never got an episode dedicated to them, or mentioned for that matter. These cards are the Bubble card, the Libera card, the Through card, the Wave card, and the Arrow card. Well, in the case of the Arrow card, we can see it get captured in the first Sakura movie, but as for the other 4 cards, it implies she get them in the movie as well, though we don't see it happen on the screen. A reason we can speculate why these cards didn't have any airtime is that Sakura may have found the cards before they manifested, and she sealed them away by writing her name on them. leaving it pointless to put it in the story as a key moment. Either way, this concludes Season 2. Now, the third season begins and Sakura can cast her cards.
カードさんお願い私に力を貸して
However, now Sakura has a different staff summoning call, and she has to transform the cards. There's a lot of weird stuff happening in town, such as the water tornado that nearly kills her friends. Thankfully, Sakura managed to transform the fire card and everyone's safe. Or so they think. Sakura learns she has to transform her Claw cards into Sakura cards, or they will die out of magic. Shaoran, on the other hand, was supposed to return to Hong Kong after the final judgment.
別にずっと会えなくなるわけじゃないだろう。
そうだよね
But he gets held back a bit when a new transfer student shows up named Ariel. He makes advance to Sakura and Sharon dislikes it. Sakura falls in a deep slumber. Transforming cards requires a giant load of magical power, which she doesn't have much of. So she sleeps for a few days, and then she gets back on her feet. Next episode, a piano goes crazy and tries to kill everyone. Like that never happened before. Sakura lures it off the building with the song card. Next up, Shaoran gets controlled by Treads and Sakura has to use the sword card to free him. It's later revealed that Ariel was the one doing these nasty stuff because he is the reincarnation of Cloud Reed. Just like Sakura, he has two guardians, Spinel Sun and Ruby Moon. There's a rumor floating around that if you give a teddy bear with your name to the person you love, they will love you back. Shaoran makes one for Yukito, but Yue shows up and tells him the only reason he loves Yukito is because of the moon power he has. It clouds his judgment when he truly loves Sakura. Later in that episode, Sakura finished the teddy bear and gives it to Yukito. The teddy bear grows and Sakura has to fend it off. She transformed two cards, the jump card and the fly card. However, this time she begs to be able to fly without using her staff. Wing sprouts in her back and she takes down the bear with the sword card. In the next episode, Sakura falls down a hole that slowly gets filled up with sheeps. She transformed the erase card and gets out of the hole.
クローのスクリッシュカードよ。古き姿を捨て生まれ変われ。新たな主、さくらの名のもとに。イレイ
Off-screen and in the manga, it's possible to find out that she used the power card to move back the penguin slide. In the next episode, however, it gets a little more hectic. Sakura finally notices she's running out of time to transform the cards, and if she don't hurry up, she's gonna lose them. So, in an attempt at saving her cards, she transforms a lot of them. We see her doing the sweet card, Lock, Libra, Send, Voice, Change, Wave, and Dash. But she passes out and the Dash card goes berserk. Since these cards have been changed with no purpose, Dash takes control of Toya's bikes and goes on a run. Sakura will chase it down and will catch it with the Loop card and the Windy card. After that, Carol tells Sakura she has to wait for the opportunity to arise so she can change them and not go on a whim like this again. The story keeps going and Sakura changed the flower card. Followed by Big and Little in a revamp of Alice in Wonderland. Then it's the sleep card's turn. As Sharon keeps growing more and more in love with Sakura, he yells her name when she falls in a hole, and it's a scream that makes her think of the float card. The bubble card gets transformed when Carol gets 30. Shield and Shadows up next. Now Sharon and Sakura grow closer to one another. Kira interrupts them when Sharon tries to tell her something. We finally get a comeback from Mailing. freeze card gets transformed and Mailing leaves again. The mirror and mist is up soon after, as Toya grow more and more suspicious about Kero and Sakura altogether. At the beginning of episode 61, it is mentioned that Arrow, Through, Twin, and Earthy have been transformed, and in an OVA we can see Sakura and Tomio trick out Kero about a lemon cake thanks to the Create and Move card. The story resumes in episode 62 when Sakura transformed the dream card in her sleep, but as time goes, Yue and Yukito grow weaker and weaker since Sakura's magic, while becoming better is still not enough to fuel Yue.
Yuki!
Then there's the last stretch of cards. Watery gets transformed, and then the time card is used to stop an avalanche. Maze and Illusion, Wood, Thunder, and Glow, and finally Return gets an episode. Sakura with the return cards goes and meet with Cloud Reed, and she noticed the house of Ariel is the same as the one of Cloud, which pushes the final stretch of the anime. Now, amidst all of those several stories, events happen. Since Sakura lacks magical power to prevent Yukito from disappearing, Toya decides to give up a little amount of the power he has to save Yukito. Sakura reveals her love for Yukito, but she gets shut down. Yukito tells her he cares about another person more, which is Toya. He also tells Sakura her true love is still out there somewhere. After being shut down, Sharon calmly cheers her up, and this pushed their bonds a little deeper.
ちゃんと分かってる。
ありがとう。ゆきとさん、いつかきっと私が一番好きになれる人が見つかるって言ってくれたの。その人もきっと私のこと一番好きになってくれるって。
見つかるといいな。大丈夫だ。絶対見つかる。
Ariel reveals to them that he is the reincarnation of Clow, and he'll put everyone to sleep if Sakura can't stop him. And to stop him, she would have to bring back the day. Which refers to the light card. Sakura transformed her remaining cards, but light and dark hasn't changed. Both the light and dark cards need to be transformed at the same time in order for them to be used. However, they require an incredible amount of energy that Sakura doesn't have. So to help her out, Kero and Yue decide to go inside her staff to power it up. It will make her stronger, but if she still can't do it, they will be forever sleeping inside her scepter.
Yosha.
She gives her all, but unfortunately, it's not enough. When she's about to give up, Sharon grabs her staff and gives her the final boost she needs.
俺もクローリードの血を引くものだ。少しは手伝えるかもしれない。
でもそんなことしたらシャオラン君が。それにもしカード変えられなかったらシャオラン君も眠ったままになっちゃうよ。
大丈夫だ。お前ならきっとあいつの魔法を破れる。
行くよ。
あ。
大丈夫。絶対大丈夫だよ。
She casts light, and Ariel falls back. Everyone's fine. Kero and Yue comes out of the staff and gives a chase to Ariel.
シャオラン君。大丈夫？
ああ。さくら。
何？
俺はお前が好きだ。
While Shaoran takes the opportunity to reveal his love to Sakura.
大丈夫。もう終わりましたから。
終わり？
The next episode serves as an explanation to everything. Not wanting the cards to falter, Ariel gave the small task to Sakura so she could overcome them and transform her cards. However, now that the world is safe and at peace, Sharon has no reason to stay and is requested to return to Hong Kong. When she learns this, Sakura feels sorrow.
そんなの
brand new card is created. She rushes to the airport, manages to barely catch Sharon before he leaves. His butler hands him the teddy bear he originally made for Yukito, and Sakura asks if she can have it, as it implies she loves him back. After the flashback, Sakura is left alone at the airport and says,
また会えるよね
"We'll see each other again, right?" And the series ends like this, as the nameless card Sakura created revealed as a heart shape, which most fan refers to the love card. Although some might think this is a terrible endpoint for the anime, you should know that in the manga, Sakura, when she's about to enter college, one day she's about to leave home, and on her way she meets with Shaoran. Now, in that part, you can see that Shaoran is done with everything he had to do in Hong Kong, and now he's going to live in Tomoheda, the town where Sakura lives. So it's pretty much a happy ending for the manga. However, the anime got the second movie instead. In the second movie, Ariel's house gets taken down and replaced by a brand new amusement park. While visiting it, Sakura and Tomio bumps into Sharon and Mei-ling.
すみませんよそ見してて何なんか出たのメイリンちゃんも
Sakura wants to tell him she loves him, but always finds herself being interrupted.
シャオラン君私シャオラン君のことケーキの匂いやーケノちゃん
Meanwhile, the Sakura cards are slowly disappearing without her knowing about it. As the movie goes, we found out that the sealed card, known as the Void card, is slowly capturing the Sakura cards and the people, leaving Sakura and Sharon by themselves. They rush up to find her. And two Void Sphere isolate Sakura in the stairs of the tower. She tries to reason with the card, and finally, the Sakura card leans on Sakura's side, leaving the Void card alone. Not wanting to be alone, Sakura offers her to join her side.
汝のあるべき姿に戻れクローカード結局言えなかったな私の気持ち苦労の作りしカードよ古き姿を捨て生まれ変わる新たな主桜の七股に
間に合ってよかった。俺の魔力の方がまだ残っていたみたいだな。そっちは今日一日で何枚もカードを使ったんだから当然だな。
シャオラン君
この気持ちがなくなっても俺またさくらのこと
泣かないで。大丈夫よ。
The Void card merged with the Nameless card, and together they create the Hope card.
Xiaoran 君が私のこと何とも思ってなくてもいい。私はシャオラン君が好き。私の一番はシャオラン君だよ。
俺もだ。
Sakura, unable to wait any further, decided to leap the gap between her and Sharon. And the movie ends on a freeze frame of Sakura in the air.